Welcome back to another Titan Talk. We have a special edition. We are live on location. Thank you. Shout out to Mrs. McKnight for allowing us to use her office. Today's Titan Talk will feature two of our younger student athletes here at Mallard Creek STEM Academy. I'm excited to sit down with them and hear what they have to say because I think they are going to be spectacular athletes for years to come. So to my right is a young lady. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
My name is Mackenzie Larkins. I am in the 5th grade, and a cool fact about me is that my birthday is on the leap year.
That's pretty cool. My son is also a leap year baby, so I definitely understand that. Your birthday is in like 4 days then, right?
Yes.
Cool. Love it, love it, love it. And next, the young man to my left, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Jackson Booker, and I'm in 3rd grade.
All right, so both of you have had a full season now here at Mallard Creek STEM Academy with the athletic department. So tell me a little bit about, both of you were on the basketball team. Tell me a little bit about what was your favorite part of the season?
My favorite part of the season would probably have to be the last game because I was getting a lot of points and assists, and it was like a bunch of threes after threes, and yeah.
Okay, so that was the championship game?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Shout out to the championship team and the teammates that you have and the coaching staff, right?
Yeah.
Jackson?
My favorite part of the season was when we beat SESA 2 times in a row.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Sounds like there is a bit of a rivalry that is starting there on both sides. So shout out to SCSA, shout out to Mallard Creek STEM Academy. I definitely love to see what that rivalry is becoming because I think it's creating a great atmosphere no matter who wins, no matter who loses. Last night was evident of that. Please go and check out the YouTube recap of that game last night. 1-point victory by Mallard Creek STEM Academy was probably the best middle school game and atmosphere that I've ever seen. So shout out to SCSA and MCSA student athletes. So both of you come from basketball families, I would say. Where did your love for basketball come? And before you answer, I know that just because your sister or brother plays basketball, not everyone will still like basketball. So my brothers, they loved football. And I probably was better at football than basketball, but I loved basketball more. So I kind of played football, but went the other way. Where did your love for basketball come?
My love from basketball came from my dad because he inspired me playing in the NBA.
Okay, cool. So is there a favorite thing that you like to do with your dad with basketball, whether it's one-on-one, shooting?
One-on-one.
One-on-one?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, my love from basketball came from probably like working out with people and playing the game with my friends.
Okay, working out and playing the game with your friends. Now, Jackson, you mentioned playing one-on-one with your dad. Can either of you beat your dads in one-on-one yet?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. All right. Mr. Larkins, we might have to put that on film. So, yes.
I don't think so. I'll probably beat him when I'm 17.
You'll probably beat him when you're 17? Okay. All right. So, Mr. Trevor Booker, 17, that's when we're going to put the camera on you guys. That way Jackson can show you a little bit. Mackenzie, what age do you think you'll be able to beat Kaylin, who is, I would assume, is currently the queen of the family in basketball? Is that correct?
Probably when I'm like 12.
12? Okay, so that's coming up. All right, I like that. And can you beat your brother Trevor?
Yes. He's slow.
He's slow? Okay. Trevor, we got to work on that foot speed according to your brother. We got you, though. The other thing, last night's atmosphere, I know both of you attended the game. Talk to me a little bit about that because there was a lot going on. It was the girls' game, obviously. There were a lot of individuals there. The crowd was, out of this world. So the support was there. Talk to us a little bit about last night's atmosphere from your perspectives.
Last night, it was crazy. but it was also kind of fun because every time we would score, the fans would go crazy and everything.
Okay.
Basically, with the same thing she said, but it was just very crazy and everybody was chanting something.
Oh, cool. So Titan Town, that is evidence that you guys need to be at every sporting event to just cheer on your Titans. As not only do the fans hear it, do the cheerleaders hear it, the coaches hear it, but it sounds like that's kind of like an energy booster for you when you're playing the game. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, sounds good. You heard it from them. And I didn't tell you guys to say that, right?
Nope.
All right, sounds good. So I expect to see you at least 3 games per season. All right, maybe 1. The next thing I want to touch base on involving last night's game. The girls, you guys won handily. And what was it like to win your first middle school championship? And I asked that because 5th graders generally don't get to play middle school sports in the city of Charlotte. So what was it like?
It was exciting. It was very fun to win a first championship, especially because we blew them out.
Yeah. So what was it like in the huddles and the warm-ups, like even pregame? Take me through the journey of getting set up. You were in the starting lineup last night. What was it like at tip-off and then playing through it? Were you nervous? Were you anxious? Were you just excited?
During the huddles, it was lit. It was hype. And at tip-off, I didn't really care. I was just because I trusted my teammates.
Okay.
And I know they would do their job.
I like that. So is there one teammate that you have that you've leaned on to either give you some expertise, some tips, or that just calms you down, or just is that one teammate that you can just always depend on? Who is that?
Probably Alasia or Sydney.
Okay, I like that. Cool. So you named 2. I love it. Trevor, who is that person for you on the boys JV team?
Probably Caleb, because when I'm getting messed with the other people, he always tell them to stop messing with me and stuff. And
I love that.
Alone.
So the other teams, they try to give you a little bit of stuff. I love that. When I played in college, my post players did the same for me. Those guys that were 6'10" and things of that nature. Anytime somebody fouled me hard on the other end, it was going to also be the same thing. So shout out to Caleb for making sure that the youngest player in athletics felt comfortable this year. Your journey has been a little bit different from every other student athlete. And I say that because you are the youngest athlete that has had a chance to compete in any sport. We generally take 5th graders and allow them to start playing during basketball season. You are in what grade again? 3rd grade. Do you know why we allowed you to play this year?
No.
Okay. So for the folks that are new to Jackson's journey, as a PE teacher last year, one of the things that I noticed right off the bat was something we touched on earlier, was your love for the game. As a PE teacher, we always try to have that structured PE class, but then every once in a while we'll have that free time. And during free time during PE one day, I noticed that every other child was down on the other end. I don't even know if you remember this. And they were doing jump rope, doing soccer, but then there was just this one kid, and you were 2nd grade at the time, who was shooting by himself. And that's not too unusual, but the unusual part was after about 3 or 4 shots, you move back to the 3-point line and you actually start making them. And I'm like, man, this kid just made 2 in a row. And then you missed 1, and then you made 2 in a row again, and then 3 in a row. And I'm like, whoa. So the rest of that year, I saw you at gym, and that love just always stuck out. But more important than the basketball piece, the maturity that you have in and out your classroom has always been evident. Anytime I check in with your teachers, They always have great things to say. If I'm walking by on the playground, you're always treating people with respect. You're always playing the right way. And you embodied everything that we want a Titan student athlete to be. So when we look at you being the youngest student athlete, let me go back to when we asked if you first would like to participate in practices with the JV. How did that make you feel?
It made me feel nervous because I was only the youngest kid, and I thought everybody was going to bully me because I'm so small.
Okay. And I will say that first time, I know everybody was excited. They were waiting for you to come. And not only were they waiting for you to come, they were excited to see what you had. And then fast forward to your first JV game. You remember your first JV game?
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about that.
I played good, had 18 points, had a lot of assists and steals, and I was doing good.
Absolutely. Do you remember how many threes you hit?
No.
You hit 5 threes. 5 threes, which was incredible. I think our school record right now is 7 threes last year by one of the boys. So you, in your very first game, like just proved Coach Thomas and myself right for saying, hey, yeah, we know we wanted to have him practice, but let's see if he is, able to handle the competition. So shout out to you for stepping up. Do you remember your first game? Kinda. Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I had I think it was 8-10 points. I had I don't know how many assists, but I had a lot, and I had 2, maybe 3 steals. Okay. And maybe 1 rebound.
I love it. Now, from a girl's perspective, every coach that you guys have played have asked, what school are you going to next year, assuming that you are either a 7th grader or an 8th grader, because you look a little bit like one of our other players, they say. And with that being said, as a 5th grader, what are you looking forward to next year as a 6th grader?
A lot of good things.
A lot of good things? Can you name me one?
Having a good team.
Okay.
And having trust in people.
Okay, sounds good. I love that. Now, I mentioned that you guys come from basketball families. Do you guys play basketball in the summer?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So what do you play in the summer? Do you play just with your families or AAU or?
I play AAU and we travel a lot.
Same.
Okay. So are you looking forward to this summer?
Yes.
All right. So what are you looking forward to most this summer?
Traveling with my family and just having fun with my teammates.
Okay.
Playing basketball with family and my AAU team, and just traveling too.
Love it. I love it. Okay, so the last segment, we're going to just say a few quick phrases or words, and then you're going to say the first thing that comes to mind. Mm-hmm. All right? Make sense?
Got it.
All right, so the first thing is, Mackenzie, who is your favorite teacher?
Miss Lawhead.
Miss Lawhead, okay. All right.
Miss
Greenwood, okay, cool. Shout out to Miss Lawhead, Miss Greenwood. The next thing is, who was your favorite opponent this year to play? Who was your favorite opponent?
GCAA. I think it was that. Yeah, because that was the closest game we've ever had.
Yeah, GCAA. Shout out to them. Homeschool out of, I believe, Concord. That was a pretty good game. Jackson?
SESA.
SESA?
A lot of talent.
A lot of talent? All right, sounds good. Both of those games, I will definitely point out the atmosphere was really good for that. I think on the girls' side, our fans were waiting for a team to be as competitive as we were, but they were also waiting to see if our girls could respond and meet the challenge of beating another capable team. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Good. And you guys surely did, finishing the season undefeated, which is a feat in and of itself. So super proud of you ladies for that. So, what about you?
What's the question?
The question was, ooh, I lost focus. What did I ask?
It was.
Ooh, man, I'm getting old.
Opponent.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, favorite opponent.
Favorite
Favorite
opponent.
game.
You said SCSA. So, what about SCSA was your made it your favorite?
It was a big crowd. No, it was a little crowd, but it was loud,
Yeah.
and it just caught me off guard. And I played my best, and they had people that can shoot and stuff,
Yeah.
get rebounds.
Yeah, so it actually was the largest crowd that we actually seen for the whole season. That homecoming game for SCSA, they had over 400 people at that game. Last night's playoff game, I believe we tapped out at, not counting players, coaches, administrators. I think they tapped out at 284. So you are absolutely right. So next thing, what is a piece of advice that you have for future Titan athletes that are in grades K through 5?
Just keep your head up and keep going.
Okay.
And focus on basketball and never give up.
Okay. I like that. Next thing. What is it to you? What does it mean to you to be a Titan?
I love it here.
You love it here? So, if somebody said, Titan, what's a Titan? And what does it mean to be a Titan? What would you tell them?
A Titan is to be someone who is responsible, respectful, safe, kind, and resourceful, I think.
Ooh, I like that. Jackson, in your words.
A Titan, if you want to be a Titan, you have to be responsible, safe, the same thing she said, and responsible, and try your best.
Okay, sounds good. So determined and trying your best. I love that. All right, so one thing that you would want to see from the athletic department that you didn't have this year. So one thing that you want Coach Clay to try to provide next year that you didn't get a chance to have this year. Man, I love
That's a
that.
good one.
That means I'm doing my job pretty good.
Probably to have more teams and probably have a younger team because some people in my class and other classes want to play for the team or a different team.
Sounds good. We're going to try to make that happen. And just a little inside information. Coach Clay has been working on that. We're just waiting on a few other schools to join us. For any of those schools out there, we do want to compete with 3rd and 4th graders. We do want to compete with 5th and 6th graders, not only on the boys' side, but the girls' side as well. So any school that is out there, if you see this, if somebody forwards this to you, please reach out to Coach Clay Sanders. Let's try to make it happen. Whether you're in our conference, out of our conference, we can try to make our own league for the younger athletes that will help build culture, that will help build some of those things that they talked about, what a Titan is, responsibility, right? Safety, all of those good things, and really just take the connection or bridge between academics and athletics to another level. So I like that. You got anything that you want Coach Clay to work on or try to finesse into next year?
No.
No? Okay. I like it. So, do you have any questions for Coach Clay?
No.
Okay.
Do you think we have a playoff next year?
Man, you are right on to some things. So, as a playoff, currently it is, for those of you who don't know, we do playoffs currently for our varsity, which is our 7th and 8th graders primarily. 5th graders do get to try out on the girl side. 6th graders get to try out on the boy side currently. But we are working on trying to have a playoff system for the JV as well. My goal is to make the playoffs or championship, I should say, a triple header instead of a double header. So the JV championship game would be played first, then the girls championship game, then the boys championship game. I think that would not only heighten the school culture, the school pride, but the atmosphere in there. I think if we have, 12 players from school A and 12 more players from school B, you would at least get probably 24 more fans in there plus more, but also those school staff members coming there to check you out and things like that. But I also think what people don't realize is sports helps in the classroom, whether it's behavior, whether it's increasing some of those academic grades and things of that nature. Statistics show that athletics graduates athletes at a higher level than any other demographic. So I'm always going to push for athletics and the expansion of athletics. So yes, playoffs. Yes, you want to see a playoff, huh? Yes. So you want to win a championship is what you're saying. I like that. Any other questions?
No.
All right, sounds good. How did y'all feel being interviewed today?
Good.
Good. All right. Was this you guys' first interview? Have you been interviewed before?
No, this is my first one.
First interview. I love it. Titan Town. You will be seeing more interviews of these two in the future. It might not be from me. It might be from someone like Stephen A. Smith one day. But this does it for our third episode of Titan Talk. Please tune in and make sure you like this video. Tuning out.